With Halloween this coming weekend, tricky rodents and ants are finding their way into people's homes as they search for their own treats. Truly Nolen's Anthony Molina is here to explain why rodents and ants may be causing homeowners some headaches, and he's also going to tell us about something special the company does each Halloween for hospitals around the country and here in Tucson. Anthony, great to have you back on.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
So I understand and actually have experienced that ants have become one of the biggest pests in Tucson over the last month or so. What types of conditions have helped them become so annoying, and why are they being found both in homes and outside of them?
You know, it's interesting. We've been getting a lot of calls from customers seeing ants not only traveling from the trash cans, but to dog food and other items that are typically right near the perimeter of the house or right on the inside of the house. And the lack of moisture has driven up the need for food on the interior of homes. So with the little bit of rain that we had this past week, you know, we've seen the increase happen even more. But the homeowners have noticed a lot more in the kitchens, in the bathrooms, and we've specifically noticed a lot in your trash cans. They're looking for the sweets. It's that time of year.
Right. So what are some of the types of ants that you're receiving calls for, and what are some simple do-it-yourself tips that people can use to, you know, avoid a large infestation?
We've been getting calls for lots of different species. Leafcutter ants are ones that you'll find on the outside. Rover ants or sugar ants, the little tiny ones that you see on the inside of the house. We've been getting a lot of calls for those as well. Also rover ants, another type of ant we find on the inside of the house. They're attracted to moisture. They're attracted to food inside of the house. So making sure you keep the countertops wiped off, making sure that you keep you know, your trash can inside of the trash will really help. And making sure you get rid of your trash soon. Make sure you have everything taken out once it's done will really help in preventing the onset of a huge infestation.
Great advice. And so obviously the other half of this are rodents. They seem to be wreaking havoc for homeowners right now in Tucson. Is there one specific type that's become more of a menace this year? And you know, what are the reasons besides lower temperatures that you know, causing them to be a stress for homeowners?
Well, you know, we've seen a particular increase in the house mouse, which is the more common rodent we deal with here, but also pack rats. Pack rats have seemed to cause an increase not only in trying to get into structures, but attacking vehicles, motor homes, you know, a lot of the toys that some people have on the outside of their structure. We found that pack rats are becoming more of a menace as well. A combination of more people staying home and hearing the noises, getting the opportunity to, you know, hear the scratching at night or see them scurry or run across the floor. But also contributed to the same issue of the ants is the lack of moisture. The rodents are thirsty. They're looking for food and water. And aside from the temperatures dropping, they're hungry. They need a nice place to stay.
So what are some of the areas that homeowners should check daily if they're concerned that they have a rodent issue?
You know, typically what we found is walking around the perimeter of the structure and seeing if you have any areas that are open to a rodent. The rodent, from one of our previous visits, the rodent can fit through the size of a dime. So something very, very small in size will allow a rodent to get in. Going around the perimeter and getting rid of anything conducive to a rodent being invited to the structure, shrubs, shrubbery, any kind of food. That's what a homeowner should look at to kind of prevent them from getting into the house. And then sealing up any of those holes that they may see. Remember, the size of a dime. If you can find any holes that are the size of a dime, I would recommend sealing them up with some kind of caulking. And if the project seems too big, that's when we should get involved.
Yep, that's when you should call a professional. Even, you know, if you're just too squeamish to look around like a lot of us are, then just call you guys and you'll do the inspection and find everything out. So like I mentioned at the top, Truly Nolen does something very special for hospitals during this time. Can you tell us what that is?
Yeah, actually, I'd love to. So Truly Nolen has been delivering plastic pumpkins to a lot of the hospitals. In 2014, we started at the Tucson Medical Center. By 2015, we had expanded the program to many of our local branches that were in Florida and Texas and Arizona and also in California. They became part of the experience. What we were doing was we were sitting down with the children that were in the hospital for an hour or two, and we would decorate the pumpkins with them. Last year, we added hospitals in New Mexico and Nevada. But this year, due to the pandemic, we realized that a lot of our branches, they were just not going to be able to be involved in person this year. So what we did is we focused on Halloween because in children at hospitals, they always receive lots of visitors in December, come the holidays. But we wanted them to have a special time or experience that was in addition to December. And the TMC for children, like all of the 20 plus hospitals that we've been involved with now, that we are involved with now, they allowed us to ship the plastic pumpkins that we decorate them with, the decorating kits, and all the mouse car stress balls that we have that make it a little bit easier for the kids to enjoy their time while they're in the hospital. It was nice to have them do something truly spectacular without us being there. We want to thank Jamie and the entire Child Life team at the TMC for children for allowing us to participate in this fashion this year. And we hope to be able to do it in person next year in 2021.
Just a true testament to how great the people are there at Truly Nolen, including you, Anthony Molina. Thank you so much for joining me again.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And if you want more information on anything we just discussed, visit trulynolen.com or call 800-GO-TRULY. And be sure to visit kgun9.com/homepros to find out more information about Truly Nolen and our other trusted vendors that are the very best in residential and commercial home services.